Hey everyone, welcome to 2020. Yay! Happy New Year! Well, before I'm ready to move forward and embrace a whole new year and new decade, I need to review 2019 and give you best of. So today it is best of beauty, and it will be followed by best of fashion, best of lifestyle, and then your top picks from 2019. And then we can move on. This is more of a combination of the best of my monthly favorites and what I actually use and just are my absolute favorites. So sometimes there will be multiple products for one category. Sometimes there will only be one. It's not always going to be all drugstore or all high-end or one of each. It just is what it is. And as always, I will be playing with my hair. No, as always, everything will be listed in the description box. Hit show more in the order in which I mention it, just to make it easier for you to find. So let's start with what I start with every morning after I do my skincare. This is technically part of it. This was newer towards the end of the year, but it is the EltaMD Tinted Skincare UV Elements Broad Spectrum SPF 44. It is a physical sunscreen. It has a tint to it, and I have been wearing it religiously. Even though this is tinted, I feel like it does not interfere with my foundation or any of the other products that I put on afterwards. Moving on to foundations, I have a whole bunch. Let's start with what's on my face. This is the Wander Beauty Nude Illusion Liquid Foundation. I'm wearing it in the shade Fair Light. I have talked about this a lot. It is a plastic tube with a very odd giant doe foot applicator. Really great for travel because of the squeezy bottle. Beautiful, medium, I'd say definitely medium coverage, a dewiness, radiance to it, but not overly shiny or glowy. I reach for this on more special occasion or filming days. I wore this to the Reward Style conference in April. I am wearing it now. I absolutely love it. I need to not, obviously I'm gonna love everything that I'm mentioning, so we're gonna stop saying that now. This is the La Mer, the Soft Fluid Longwear Foundation. You can see I'm scraping the bottom of this beautiful, heavy frosted glass bottle. There is something magical about this foundation, as there should be. It is $120, and it is sitting in my cart in my Nordstrom application because I will be repurchasing this. I wear it in the shade Ivory 02. They may have reformulated the shades though since I last purchased this, so not sure on that, but that is what I currently wear. It is a beautiful satin finish that just makes you look incredible. And for me, the longer I wear it throughout the day, the better it looks. I don't know how that is possible. If you have not tried it and you are hesitant to plunk down $120, please go get a sample somewhere. That is a big investment. However, if you want to try something that's similar, I don't think it's an exact dupe, but I love it, and I wear this almost daily when I'm not wearing everything else I'm about to show you. It is this one. It's the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. It also has an SPF 20, and I jump around in shades, but most of the time I'm LC1. So again, a nice glass bottle, weird kind of delivery system on this one, big doe foot again. It has a very similar finish to the La Mer foundation. I don't feel it's quite as long wearing, and the scent is a little bit strange when you initially apply it. That wears off and you're not gonna smell it throughout the day, but I don't feel like they are exact dupes, but it is a very similar finish for basically take a 0 off the end, and there you go. So definitely a better price point. And then this was a favorite early on, and I reached for this for more casual days. Really nice layered over sunscreen as well. This is the No Name foundation from Amazon. My sister-in-law turned me onto this at the end of 2018. It's the Mineral Liquid Powder Foundation. I'm wearing it in the shade, well, not currently, but I do wear it in the shade Linen. Again, really travel friendly because I like the squeezy tube, and there are quite a few shades. Just one thing to look for, obviously you can't test it out before you buy it. So some shades are returnable and some shades are not. When you go online and you're looking on the Amazon site, as you click on the shade you're most interested in, double check right around where the price is shown. It will tell you whether or not you can return it. Now let's move on to concealers. I only have 3 to show you, and this one isn't really even a concealer, and I actually put it on before I put on my foundation, but it does conceal any darkness I have under my eyes, and it is the Trish McEvoy Instant Eye Lift. I use this every day, kind of in a triangle or just a swipe under my eyes. It has a very nice sort of soft peach color to it. It brightens, it lifts, so to speak, pat it right in and then apply my foundation over it. This is maybe my third tube of it. I love it. Love it. Okay, sticking with Trish McEvoy, this is actually quite a handy little thing because it's a concealer, or you can use it all over your face, sheared out, which I have also done. It is the Correct and Even Full Face Perfector. Comes in a variety of shades. It has a very dirty kind of cushion top there. It just does not lend itself well to staying clean. You can either use it to spot conceal, like that's usually what I do, or, you know, you can use it to kind of get around a larger area and either a brush or a sponge and kind of shear it out. It gives beautiful skin-like texture and coverage, and I am wearing it in the shade, of course, 1. For travel especially, I think it is spectacular because it can double as a concealer and foundation in this one little stick. And I never hear anyone on YouTube talking about it at all. Hidden little gem. Trish McEvoy in general, that line is a hidden gem at the department store. And then the last concealer that has really stood out for me for 2019 is from Maybelline. It is the Master Conceal Camouflaging Concealer. And I have it in the shade 20 Light, not even 10, yay. This is what I use on my face for blemishes. I can also use it under my eyes if I don't really so much want to brighten, it's just sort of even. I love how thin it is, yet it gives really nice coverage and it's not drying and it doesn't make me get cakey or look flaky. I'm already flaky enough. I don't need my skin to look flaky. So thanks to my friend Angie from Hot and Flashy who has suggested this I don't know how many times, and she's 100% right. I use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Poreless Finish Airbrush Powder. This is the jar that just won't quit. I've had this loose powder jar forever. There's still quite a bit left, and maybe in a month or two I may need to get another one, but just tap a little bit into the lid. I use a small setting brush after I've done all my liquid products, and I just kind of lightly press it underneath my eyes, and it sets my under eye makeup. It doesn't crease. I don't get dry under there. It's fabulous. Now, to do my whole face, there's 2 standouts. Not to say that I don't use other products, but these are the best of the best for 2019. First is the Charlotte Tilbury, very long name, Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. Of course, I have it in the shade 1. I just hit pan on it, which makes me sad. This is my 3rd one, so it's not new to my rotation, but if you're looking for a beautiful setting powder that adds a little bit of coverage but never gets cakey or dry, this is incredible. Very pretty, very compact, very thin, easy to keep in a drawer. And then this one I don't use all the time. Often it lives in my purse. I love it. It's the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation Illumination. I have it in the shade Fair. And it's technically a powder foundation, and I like using it, especially if I'm gonna film with a big fluffy brush, sort of as just a little extra coverage to make me look, let's face it, better. But I also like keeping it in my purse because I can just take my finger and get a little bit on there. It's very opaque, and then tap it, well, I'll just tap it here, tap it onto any blemish kind of over my makeup, and it conceals beautifully for touch-ups without getting cakey and having to put liquid on top of everything else and then blending that in. This works really, really well. Moving on to bronzer, there's really only one true standout for 2019. You might be surprised. I don't talk about it that much. It's from L'Oreal. It's their True Match Lumi Bronzit. This is what I reach for more than any other bronzer. I absolutely love it. I have it in the shade 01. Big surprise. Just assume if I don't tell you what shade it is, it's the lightest option. I love the creaminess of it, even though it's a powder. I love that there is more of a, it's not a full matte, but there's no glimmer or glisten to it. It's definitely satin. And it blends so nicely and adds a beautiful warmth to the skin. I haven't found anything I like quite as much as this one, high or low end. Now this is sort of a bronzer. It's the Hollywood Contour Wand from Charlotte Tilbury. And I have obviously the fair to light version, fair to medium, I should say. And it's, again, I don't know what it is with these cushion tips. I don't use this every single day, but at least half of the time. I'm wearing it today. I'll use it to go contour the cheeks, the jawline, add a little color around the perimeter, and then lately, even my nose. And it's just so user friendly. I've tried other cream or liquid bronzer, contours, powder. I screw those up all the time. I'm not saying I'm perfect with this either, but of all the options I've tried, This is the most user-friendly. A little goes a long way. I keep thinking I need to buy another one. I'm pretty close, but it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's still coming out. Then I usually apply highlighter next, and there are two that if I'm traveling, I take with me and that I reach for every day. The first one is what I have on today. It's so tiny. Obviously, it's from Becca. It's one of their Shimmering Skin Perfector powders. It's in the shade Opal, but it's basically my skin tone. So it's not an icy cold highlight. It's not a gold highlight. It's my skin, but better, reflective. I think it's a very, very versatile and underutilized and just not talked about shade in the Becca universe. And then if I want just real bling and again, some warmth to the skin, I love this one. It's the Maybelline Master Chrome Studio, the metallic highlighter in Molten Rose Gold. Woo, look at that reflection. It doesn't come off quite this pink on the skin, but it feels so creamy. See, look, it's a little more icy there. If you were with me for my empties video, my most recent one, and I was talking about how sad I was to get rid of MAC, Exterior Rose, and Whisper of Guilt, they aren't as creamy as this. They aren't as reflective as this. But back in the day when YouTube first got big with all the beauty YouTubers, that was the gold standard. That was as good as a highlighter got. And now, drugstore quality is so much better. I have personal preferences, as with everything, but my personal preferences for blush are subtle, not a lot of color most of the time. And the ones that stand out, first I have to talk about liquid blush, because for the first 8.5 years of my YouTube channel, I was very anti-liquid and cream blush because I just couldn't find one that worked for me. Then I did. It started with this one. This is the Trish McEvoy Liquid Face Color in the shade 1. And it's face color because technically you can use this as a cheek color. You can use this on your lips. You can use this on your eyes. It's that one right there. It doesn't look like much, but it's very easy to work with. The first time I've ever had a liquid face product that I didn't really mess up. And that led to opening the door to me exploring a few more options. And the standout for me, for sure for 2019, goes with this. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand. I have it in Peachgasm. So easy to use. It's over there. I don't know why I chose that part of my hand. I put it on obviously after I put on all of my complexion products, but before I powder. I'll show you the brush I've been using lately to stipple that in. But I find that particularly with the Charlotte Tilbury products, they don't pull up my foundation or concealer from underneath it, which is very important. I love this shade. I keep saying I'm gonna buy the other one, Pinkgasm, and I think there's even another one that's out now. It's on my list. It's actually sitting in my Nordstrom shopping bag. Just gotta hit purchase. Gonna happen. But I love this one, and I have a pink so close that it's like, do I need another one? No. Do I want another one? Yes. All right, let's move on to powder blushes, which are, it's where my heart is, and I'll start with what's on my face. Again, this was something that I purchased, I think at the end of 2018. It was one of those little ornament things from NARS. It came with a little lipstick, and this is the NARS blush in Impassioned. It's just a very nice, soft pink. And subtle. That's what I have on right now. Love it. And I haven't even made a dent in this. I use it all the time. And obviously for travel, you cannot go wrong with this size. And then this is the one that's not as travel friendly, but I love it and I love the options. And I just broke the clasp. It's from Milani and it is the Flowers of Love. Oh, yep, totally broke it. Flowers of Love. I love all of these shades. Obviously, my preferences go more towards these two, but you can kind of mix and layer them and do a little pop of color if you want. It's just they're so creamy, they're so buttery, they're so blendable. Milani blushes are probably the best drugstore blushes on the market, hands down. And this little trio, there is another color option of another trio, fabulous. And then this is late to the party, but I'm very much enjoying it. It's the Buxom Wanderlust blush in the shade Seychelles, and it's very similar to the other shades I've shown you, and if you just saw my December favorites, you would have seen me talking about this, so that's all we're gonna say on that. Let's run through eyes. If I'm traveling, I will grab these palettes. If I'm feeling really extra, I will throw all of them in my travel bag. We will start, as always, with what is on my face. The Milani Soft and Sultry palette is outstanding. Outstanding. Milani killed it. these are department store quality. It runs a little cool, but there are some true neutral and slightly warmer shades in here. I'm wearing almost everything on my eyes from this palette, but I never just pack this palette because I am a little extra. Sometimes I grab this palette, the Bold Obsessions palette. Actually, this was the first one that I bought of this line. And again, I've worn every shade in this palette except for these two. That's it. I love them all. Then two palettes. I hate to bring attention to this brand because they've been all over the internet as maybe not so great, but I have to be true to what I've been using all of 2019, and I do love these. The Too Faced Natural Matte Palette, probably one of my most used, especially for travel because, like it says, it's just a bunch of basic mattes, which it has a neutral row, a cool row, and a warm row, which makes it so nice to make an easy matte eye. And then with what I'm going to show you in a minute, you can kind of zhuzh it up for evening or special occasions. And then new to my collection this year that kind of goes with it is the Natural Eyes version, which is some more shimmery shades that you can go along with it. I love these, especially for travel because of the giant mirror here that comes with it. I just wish for storage that it wasn't rounded at the top like that. I wish they were just flat, but you can't have everything. Then two more palettes that I absolutely love and are really travel friendly or limited space, storage space friendly are these two Viseart Petite palettes. These are not true to exactly what they are in store because I've kind of mixed them up. The shades, the pans themselves come out of the palette. So some of this is, they're mixed up is what I'm trying to say. So some of these are from the 1 palette and some of these are from the Pro 4 palette. And then here are the rest of them. I put in the orange one, which is the Apricotine Viseart Petite Pro Palette 4 packaging. These are my most used shades right here. So when traveling, these are the ones that I would snatch up and then maybe add to one of the other palettes I just showed you. And then a couple, 3 specialty eyeshadows that are great for wearing by themselves or kind of layering on top of some of these other ones. Probably the oldest, and I think everyone needs this in their collection, is the Stila Glimmer and Glow, not the glitter, the glimmer because there's no glitter in it. It's the liquid eyeshadow in the shade Kitten. It is beautiful. It is so user-friendly. It is so shiny. Look at that shine, gorgeous. I can have a whole matte eye going on and just pack that on at the end of the day. Kind of blend it in with a finger, good for an evening out. Or if I want something even easier, the Lancome Monochromatique-Eclat. You've seen me talk about this numerous times. It's a very unique shadow formula. It feels almost like liquid. It's very shiny. It comes in a variety of shades. I have a limited edition version with 6 different shades of this, but really pretty and lightly tapped or just worn as a wash of color across the eye. Very fun to have. And then probably my most used and most favorite of these 3 that I'm showing you, it's also from Charlotte Tilbury. This might be the year of Charlotte Tilbury. It's her Eyes to Mesmerize in Jean. It's her cream eyeshadow. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about it. I love to just put this all over the lid with a little bronzer in the crease, and that is more often than not my everyday eye. Little liner, little mascara, and we're good to go. Speaking of liner and so forth, let's go back to brows. This is amazing. This is my 2nd or 3rd one. I go through it. It's from Trish McEvoy. It is the Precision Brow Shaper in Natural. If you are a blonde or lighter hair and you want just the perfect non-warm shade for your brows, this is it. It just rolls up. There's no cap, and then there was a cap on the brush end. It's fabulous. If you want a drugstore one that I also use quite often, it is the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer. I have it in the shade 300 Blonde. Has more of a big flat wedge kind of shape there. And then it has a round spoolie, which is kind of fun on the other end. Very user-friendly also and holds up very nicely. And then to hold it all in place, I've used many, but the one that is the standout for this year and for many, many years is the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, in Blonde. And it just holds everything in place. It doesn't make my brows crunchy, and it lightens them up just a teeny bit, which I like because my brows are a little darker than I would like. So this is the perfect marriage. And then for eyeliner, the standout this year and I don't know how many years before is the Flower. The full name is the Flower Vinylize Glossy Gel Eyeliner in the shade Bronzed Out. It is just a dark brown. It is a wind up. You don't have to sharpen it. It is amazing. I think there is a little sharpener on the end. I would never touch it. You don't need it. Put it on, forget about it, and you move on with your day. And then for lashes, 2 mascaras that I've used more than any other this year. The one I'm wearing today is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in Blackest Black, and the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect, green bottle. I'd say if I had a favorite, L'Oreal kind of edges it out. If you really want just over-the-top lashes, do them both. And then to set all of this stuff on my face, this is still my favorite for this year, is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I actually just got back from Ulta where I purchased a new bottle. Nice and heavy and full. So I still love it. I know it's not great for the environment, but it's still my favorite. Before we move on to lips, I want to show you the tools that were the standouts for me to putting all this stuff on my face. By far, the best new release and most favorite brushes were the BK Beauty brushes. Yes, I'm a little biased because one of my closest friends is the founder, creator, and owner of the brand, Lisa J Makeup. Aside from that, if they weren't great, I wouldn't stand here and tell you that they're amazing. So they're all great, obviously, but I do have some favorites. So for me, the 101 foundation brush, it's like an angled foundation brush, is incredible because it's the way it applies. It's like if a brush and a beauty blender got married, and that's how it feels when you put it on. It's not a beauty blender. There's nothing blended. It has bristles, but it's incredible. And because of the shape, you can get into crevices and do a lot with it. So I love this brush. Absolute favorite brush out of the entire collection is the 106 Face Brush. I use this for foundation, concealer, blending in contour, blending in, well, anything, cream blush, liquid blush, you name it. I need at least 2 more. So I'm ordering at least 2 more of these. They are incredible. And then this blush brush, this is from Flower Beauty. It looks so much like the NARS one. It feels like the NARS one, and yet it is not the NARS price tag. It just exactly where I want blush to be. There it goes. I guess you could use it as a highlighting brush if you had a really big head. I have a tiny little head. And then 2 eye brushes, also from BK Beauty. The 201 and the 202 are incredible. They have longer handles, which makes it easier to kind of back up and really control where and how much color you want on your eyes. But also if you have smaller eyes, hooded eyes, the 202 is so perfect and beautiful for getting in there and getting that crease work in. It's fabulous. Alrighty, let's talk lips now, shall we? Drugstore wise, what I have on my lips right now was a big standout for 2019, the Maybelline lipstick in Romantic Rose. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's on my lips. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely love it. As far as lip glosses went, the standout again from the drugstore were the Milani lip glosses, and if I had to pick one shade, it is Soft Rose, which is on top of my Romantic Rose. Love that as well. Then for the high-end side, we have the re-release of the Estee Lauder Pure Envy lipstick in the shade Impulsive. This packaging was limited edition, but the color is not, and it is, if you like a neutral pink, you gotta try this. It's a really beautiful formula. A mid-year favorite was the Hot Lips 2 releases from Charlotte Tilbury, Dance Floor Princess. It's definitely a standout. One I like even better is JK Magic. I just don't know where I put it. It's probably in a purse, and I've been tearing at my house trying to find it. Relatively new, but an absolute standout is the Clinique Even Better lipsticks that are sort of made for more to go neutral with your skin tone. And my favorite is 03 Romanced. These are all basically variations on a theme here. It's kind of embarrassing. And then this hybrid guy, this is from Clé de Peau, the Refined Lip Luminizer in the shade Old Rose. It is a beautiful sort of balmy, glossy, sheer lipstick. Again, very similar to the Milani lip gloss shade, but more in a solid form. One more lip product. It is the Lancome L'Absolu Lip Lacquer, specifically in the shade Shine Manifesto. This is my go-to special occasion shade right there. Not quite as bright as a red, but it's not neutral. It's just, on me, it is absolutely perfect. So if you haven't tried this formula, I highly recommend it. It's fabulous. And then the standout lip liner, I have like 4 of these now all over my house, are also from Charlotte Tilbury. It is her lip cheat in the famous shade Pillow Talk, which goes with all of the shades of lipstick that I just showed you. Nail polishes. Rage from Orly is what I have on my nails. It's been around forever and I still love it. Absolutely adore it. Sally Hansen, by far though, was the standout for me this year, and a few of the standout shades. Probably the standout shade for 2019 was this one from Sally Hansen called Persistent. And then this one was also huge for me more in the fall, Slate Escape. Part of the benefits of this one were lost on me. It has argan oil in it. I'm wearing it over acrylic nails, so that's not gonna help, but it's a beautiful neutral gray. And then this one also got a lot of love at the beginning of the year. It's called Apollo You Anywhere. And it's sort of like a soft, rosy, pinky red. Absolutely love it. And then the standout red for the year is new from Zoya. It is the Tanya, which we talked about just one video ago. So there it is. Almost done. Body care. This body lotion, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Body Gel Cream. Absolutely fabulous. So moisturizing and yet not sticky in the slightest, and a great price point. I pretty much stayed on with the same skincare products, but new to 2019, and that I think made a huge difference when I incorporated Retin-A into my routine, was the new release from Colleen Rothschild, the Micro Mineral Soothing Toner. It does what it says. Give this one a try. I use this every day, morning and night, just after cleansing, and it has really brought down any redness and irritation on my skin and makes it less reactive to all the stuff I put on top of it. Speaking of Colleen Rothschild, 2 hair releases that just totally changed it up for me. Her conditioner, the Quench and Shine Restorative Mask that I use as an everyday conditioner and I can leave on as a mask, and then the Shine Serum, the Smooth and Shine Hair Serum. The scent on both are incredible. You can put as much as you want in the serum and your hair will never get greasy. It's miraculous. Of all of the Colleen Rothschild products, I think these are, it's hard to say these are the best, but these are way, way up there. They're incredible. They're not even skincare. And then I'm not huge on tanning, but if I wanted just a little bit more to my face in the summertime, I don't even know what I did with the cap. This is the Saint-Tropez Self-Tan Purity Face Mist. And I would do this at night. You can put this on top of makeup. You can put this on top of skincare, before skincare. You can't mess this up. And just get on with whatever you're doing. And it wasn't too much. It was just enough. I think if you are a little scared to try facial tanning, give this one a go. And it did not make me break out. Everything makes me break out. This guy, the SGX NYX Salon Graphics, the Peacemaker Beachy Texture Spray. This is the perfect blend of like a hairspray and a texturizer and a little bit of a dry shampoo, but you can still get your fingers through your hair. It's fabulous. It's at Walmart. It's inexpensive. Give this one a go. This is a boar bristle brush. Got it on Amazon. I wouldn't style my hair with it, but just to brush it and make it smooth and shiny and soft. Outstanding, and it is not the price of a Mason Pearson brush. So there is that. And then probably the most significant hair product tool that I used in 2019 is this guy, my Revlon One Step Hair Dryer. I adore this. This has really made me actually look forward to doing my hair. I think if you've watched me long enough, you know how much I hate styling my hair. Case in point. But this one has done wonders in speed. It has not damaged my hair any more than it already is. There's a similar concept that has been released recently by Sally Beauty Supply. I may give that a test in 2020 just to see if it gives that one a run for its money, but I absolutely love it. And then the last favorite, speaking of getting clean, this guy, the Cinema Secrets Brush Cleaner. It is the best thing on the market I have found by far. In an instant, and your brushes will dry within minutes. So give this one a shot. You can get it at Sephora, Amazon. I'll link it below. A little goes a very, very long way, but I definitely recommend getting a very big size if you can. Everything is listed in the description box in the order in which I mentioned it. There is an accompanying blog that will really just list everything for you if you want to go back and refer to it at any time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sitting here for an hour. And I will see you in the next video with Best of Fashion, which I assure you will be a much shorter video. See you there.